And we are back. It's the Friday Family Film Night podcast, and it's our review of Ma Rainey's Black Bottom from 2020. This is rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 34 minutes. Before we jump in, we want to remind everyone to please like, share, and subscribe. And as we wrap up Black History Month, we decided to do a Chadwick Boseman double feature, and this film had been on my list for a bit, so we're going to go right into it. According to the IMDb blurb, tensions rise when trailblazing blues singer Ma Rainey and her band gather at a recording studio in Chicago in 1927. This is one day in the life of these particular characters. This comes to us from director George C. Wolfe from a play by August Wilson and a screenplay by Ruben Santiago-Hudson. This stars Viola Davis as Ma Rainey and Chadwick Boseman in his last film role, I believe, as one of her band players, Levee. This is a film adaptation of a stage play, and as you watch the film, it becomes very apparent. It is a beautiful picture, gorgeous cinematography, great costuming, great set pieces. It very much felt like being in 1920s. And this tells the story again of Ma Rainey, played by Viola Davis, who is coming to the studio to record albums. She is this larger-than-life figure who has a girlfriend, even though it's not really
stated.
It's not really stated, true. And then she has her nephew that's with her, and she has this loyalty to the nephew. And also to her band, as long as they understand their place. You have this hothead young musician, played by Chadwick Boseman, who's trying to buck the system because he thinks he knows how to play the game and get over on the people that are running the studios, these two white gentlemen. And the other band people who are there, seasoned and older, they're trying to kind of guide him, but will they be successful is, I guess, the bigger question. I think something that you stated as we watched the piece was this really felt more like Levee's film.
Yeah, Ma Rainey is
sort of like a secondary character.
She's a secondary character. She's just a device by which all these people get together. She's not the main character at all. She is.
But still,
she's almost like
really powerful performance by Viola Davis.
Yeah, she's definitely a very forceful personality, and honestly, she's a pain in the ass. She is like a diva before there were divas. Everything has to be her way. She ain't gonna sing unless she gets a Coke.
And her nephew
she's gonna
opening.
Yeah, she's gonna arrive when she arrives. Her nephew has to do the opening intro to that song. I don't know why the song needed an intro, but whatever. And that's an issue because the nephew has a very predominant stutter, and it takes a while for him to actually get the line out. And then when he gets it out, there's like a technical problem, and that sets off a whole other chain of events. But
it's tension throughout the piece.
Yeah, it's tension throughout, and even that, everything just seems like almost like a little vignette. Honestly, you could have had all of these things be in their own little piece. That's kind of where I feel like this didn't work for me. It never felt like a cohesive film, to be honest.
Yeah.
It just felt like a bunch of little tiny set pieces with various, I guess, intrigues. I mean, mainly with Levee. Levee, he wants to write his own songs. He wants to sell them to this guy where he'll put together his own band. And that guy, he clearly has no real interest in having Levee be another band. He's fine just buying Levee's songs.
Yeah.
And
for probably a steal, and he probably made quadruple or maybe even more than quadruple.
I mean, eventually, yeah, because he's got the rights to the song. He could sell it to however many singers he wants to sing it. That's where the money is.
Yeah. Well, this is
the ownership.
Yes, and thank you for bringing that up. It's funny because for the title of the piece, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, is actually one of the songs that's performed. And it's interesting because for a film about musicians and performers and just the singer who actually did exist in real life, there's not really a lot of music in this. I mean, there is, but there isn't. There's a part where the sessions musicians come and they're rehearsing what's going to be played. And so I found that really interesting. And to kind of address something that you said, we've seen things in the past that originated from plays. Some of it is very obvious, some of it isn't. Something like this, it becomes more obvious because it's very much character driven. It's not really a story. It's just this
It's
this
just a
particular
slice of life.
Yeah,
really.
it's just this particular day, what happens to these people in this particular spot. And so it's kind of an interesting character study more than anything. And kind of to address something else that you mentioned, the musicians, there's a sequence where she's having a chat with the Coleman Domingo character, who's kind of Cutler, who's kind of like her number one guy. She relies on him and she gives him directives and he sort of steers the ship. And she touches on racism, how these people don't care about us. They're just about exploiting us, but I'm not going to let them. I'm going to set the terms. And she is very, if nothing else, she adheres to that credo more than anything.
Yeah,
She is going
she's
to
definitely,
make these men work
right. She's
to get what they want from her, but she is going to make them pay.
Yeah, she's definitely been around for a while and knows all the ins and outs and knows how this one's going to screw me if I do this. So basically, I'm going to get my way, and I'm going to make sure that I get my way, like she did with her nephew getting paid.
Right.
It was like there was a big thing. Oh, no, the money's going to come out of your salary. And that's how it was going to be until, guess what? She didn't sign the paperwork. She knew that she wasn't going to sign the paperwork until she got exactly everything she wanted, cash in hand. And then she was out of there. That's probably where Levee was a bit naive.
Yes, very.
He was handing over that music before he even got a dollar.
Right, or a contract,
or a contract or anything. He was doing all the work and was given no guarantees. And then when it came down to it, he ended up getting screwed. Yeah. And that sent him over the edge. And then we get to the end of the movie and it's just a disaster.
Yes. I didn't know much going into this film. The only thing I knew was this is Chadwick Boseman's last piece. I wanted him to win, I think, like a lot of people, for his last performance. It went to Anthony Hopkins, who did an amazing job in The Father, which I think is also a play turned into a film. But that
felt like a movie.
Yes, and it worked better. I believe it's a play, but somehow that worked better than this film. I think originally when you and I just watched this, I said, let's just take a few minutes before we talk about it, because just to collect our thoughts. And I agree with you. It's not my favorite film, but I do see merit in it. And I think that because of the performances, this is another piece where the story was light and really, I wouldn't say not interesting, but not as compelling as other films. But I think what drove this film is the performances. To know that Chadwick Boseman was kind of sort of at the end of his life while making this film, and yet delivering such a powerful, nuanced, heartbreakingly beautiful performance is just something to his credit, and hopefully part of his legacy that people remember. Viola Davis is just an icon. You can't say anything about this woman. She inhabits every role. She becomes Ma Rainey.
In this role, she literally shines because she is sweating.
You know what's so funny? I did a little bit of a deep dive, and she basically was like, this is who this woman was. And they were always saying how she was always sweaty and stuff. So I was constantly being sprayed. And they talked about how she had like this garish makeup. So she was like, let's do it.
Yeah, Ma Rainey.
I mean, Viola Davis commits. You know what I mean? She just,
yeah.
And so, I just, not the most interesting story, but I think, again, where this film shines is the performances. I agreed with you. I thought that this was definitely Chadwick's film. He is the main character here. Mm-hmm. We watched this story unfold mostly through his lens, but all the other characters are fantastic too. Taylor Page, Lynn Thurman, Michael Potts. Yeah, just a really good ensemble piece. Not the best story, but I feel like the performances really push it up for me. If I was going to give this a number from 1 to 10, I would give it a 6. What say you?
I mean, I would give it a 4 because I just didn't like it. I didn't enjoy the movie. Everybody's like you mentioned, the performances are great, but the story is just
Very light.
It's very light. It doesn't feel. It just feels too much like a play. It feels like everybody being given a chance to give a soliloquy, tell a story, and there's very little connection. Not really any character to hook onto. It never really felt like there was a main character. So yeah, for me, it just didn't work for me. So I would give it a 4.
Do you think this would work better just as a straight Broadway theater piece instead of a film?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. This is Ma Rainey's Black Bottom from 2020. We caught this on Netflix. This is rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 34 minutes. This is tagged as period drama music. We did a period piece with 42, also from early days in the 40s. This one's actually the 20s, but okay. This comes to us from director George C. Wolfe with a screenplay credit to Ruben Santiago-Hudson and from the original play by August Wilson. This is streaming on Netflix. And before we wrap it up, I'd like to encourage everyone to please like, share, and follow. And I'm going to post a link. I'm going to do the Covenant House Sleep Out. I would love your support more than anything for the young people that Covenant House supports through their fundraising efforts. This is an organization that's been around since I was a young person, and they really tackle a lot of issues that are plaguing our young people with just so much compassion and empathy and beauty. A huge supporter. This is my 3rd sleep out. I'm really looking forward to it. It's always a transformative experience for me. And I'd like to, if you can, support my fundraising. I would love it. I'll post a little link in the blurb. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom from 2020 with the late great Chadwick Boseman and the iconic Viola Davis. Check it out on Netflix. And with that, we'll wrap it up and bid you all a
Good night.
good night.